It's party time!
Oh, greetings, everybody. It's I'm Sonic Daybreaker, and oh yes, I was wondering, do you think I should take out 20 cards during my Yu-Gi-Oh! Shop tournament and make it 40? Yeah, I think I would, maybe. Besides, hard for me to draw the best ones. I mean, like I said, when it comes to filming elevators and does it matter if you get your license plate captured or yourself captured after you were trespassing? I mean, it doesn't matter. Anyways, we're gonna demonstrate this new Rokket deck profile. I mean, I got it from the Burst Protocol. I mean, Burst Protocol didn't contain that much. I mean, I was hoping to get the other new Breach Borreload Dragon from Blazing Dominion, yeah. This is the only card I would ever watch, yes. Almost, yeah. But let's go to the deck profile right now. And I think for the Rockets, I would consider running double copies of Magna Rokket Dragon. Why? Because the only monster I like that doesn't destroy, because it says when a Link monster's effect is activated that targets this face-up card on the field, quick effect, I can destroy this card, and then I can send a monster on the field to the graveyard. I mean, there to send you Belterra to card it, and its effect activates when it leaves the field. Yeah, but during the end phase, if it's in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field by battle or card effect is set there this turn, I can special summon a Rokket monster from my deck, like the Metal Rokket Dragon. I'm only running 2 copies of it, yeah? Because when a Link monster's effect is activated that targets this face-up card in the field, I can destroy this card and destroy the cards and all my opponent's cards in the column it was in. But I don't know why it has the same text effect like Magna Rokket, because if it's in the graveyard during the end phase, because it was destroyed on the field by battle or card effect and set there this turn, I can bring out another Rokket from my deck, like the double Silver Rokket, like Silver Rokket Dragon. I run 2 of it, you know why? Because when a Link monster's effect is activated that targets this face-up card in the field, I can destroy it, and what do? Quick effect? I can look at my opponent's extra deck and banish a card from it. I mean, seriously, it would be a lot easier if I banished Mirror Jade. And besides, just like Metal Rokket and Magna Rokket, if it's in the graveyard during the end phase and it's destroyed, it was destroyed by battle or card effect and set there this turn from the field, I can bring out a Rokket monster from my deck, like the double copies of Rokket Tracer. Like Rokket Tracer. I mean, I run 2, you know, because what do? I can target a face-up card I control and I can destroy it, and I can special summon a Rokket monster from my deck. I mean, good enough to go to your level 8 Synchro plays or Xyz, whatever it is, yeah. I mean, if you destroy any of these, their effects will go off during the end phase, yeah. And you can bring out one of your Rockets, you know, during the end phase. Like Auto Rokket Dragon, the 1 copy I run. Because when a Link monster's effect is activated targets Auto Rokket, I can destroy it and just send a spell or trap card on the field to the graveyard. I mean, just like Metal Rokket, Magna Rokket, Silver Rokket, during the end phase, if it's in the graveyard because it was set there this turn, I can special summon one of my Rockets, you know, like Shell Rokket from my deck. See? Any Rokket I like, including Shell Rokket. I mean, Shell Rokket Dragon could look fine, you know, but because when a Link monster's effect is activated that targets this face-up card, all I can do is destroy the monster. I can destroy it, quick effect. Then I can destroy the monster with this card in, and if I do, I can destroy as many monsters in the adjacent zones, like an adjacent angle, yeah. Because during the end phase, if it's destroyed, if it's in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field by battle or card effect, I can bring out any Rokket monster I can choose for my deck, such as the Ines Rokket. I mean, it could be easier, you know, because whenever a Link monster's effect is activated, it targets this card, face-up card on the field, quick effect, I can destroy it, and I can make one face-up monster on the field unable to attack, and its effects are negated. I would have done that to Beelze, but it will be destroyed and its effect activates. Or Beelze loving defender, maybe. I like running one Explode a Rokket Dragon. I mean, seriously, when a Link monster's effect is activated, targets his face-up card, quick effect, I can destroy this card, and each player takes 2,000 damage. If my opponent were to have 2,000 or less, I destroy that, and we both take 2,000 damage, and he loses. Yeah. Also, I like running one tuner monster, Rokket Synchron, the Rokket Recharger. I also like running Rokket Caliber, Rokket Coder. Rokket Coder is a Cyburst, you know, but if it's going to be used for like some of the Borreload monster, I can treat this card as a Dragon type. Yeah. But if a Cyburst monster I control will be used as link material for a Code Saga monster, this card in the hand could be also. I mean, if this card I control will be used as link material for a Borreload monster, another Dark monster in my hand can be used. Seriously. Why would I bother doing that? Literally. And I like running the other Rockets, you know. The other Rockets I would choose to run will be Rocket Loader, because when normal or special summon, target for Magna Rokket, Shell Rokket, Metal Rokket, a Nest Rokket, Silver Rokket, Shell Rokket, Auto Rokket, Exploder Rokket. Yeah. Because if it's normal special summon, I get a level 7 Dark Dragon type monster, you know, like any kind, like whether it's a rocket, level 7 or higher rocket, like Rocket Detonator. And besides, due to Rocket Loader, I can bash in my graveyard and then target one face up on monster on field and becomes Dark Attribute. I mean, who knows what will happen? A Rocket Detonator could be good, you know, because if I have a Dark Attribute Dragon type Link monster, I can special summon it. Well, I can only special summon Rocket Detonator once per turn this way, but I can target one Dark Attribute Dragon type monster. Card in my spell and trap card zone and special summon it, but it cannot attack and its effects are negated. I mean, who knew what I do with this card? Of course. You do know that I can't special summon any monsters from the extra deck except for Rockets. Except for Dark Attribute monsters, yeah. And I also like the one Hollow Rokket Dragon. I mean, what I do with Hollow Rokket is simple, because when a Link monster's effect is activated and targets his face-up card on the field, I can destroy it and I can excavate up to 6 cards to the top of the opponent's deck and bash one of them. And I place the rest in the same order. I mean, during the FAs, just like Magna Rokket, Metal Rokket, Silver Rokket, Auto Rokket, Shell Rokket, Silver Rokket, Exploder Rokket, Dragon. I mean, seriously. If its card in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field by battle or card effect is set there this turn, I can special summon a Rocket monster, yeah. That's what I like running, you know. See? And also, double copies of Absolute Dragon. The reason why I run these is when I have a Rocket monster, I can special summon it. I mean, if it's sent to the graveyard, I can add a Rocket monster from my deck to the hand. That would possibly work for these, yeah. Also, I like running one Speed Burst, because when I took effect damage, I can special summon it, and I inflict damage to my opponent equal to the damage I took, and I gain a life points equal to half the damage inflicted. But when tribute summon, I can add 2 Rocket monsters I like with different names. That will be the only card I like to run, because you can add any Rocket you can choose, whether it's the new one, yeah. Whether it's this one or that one. Yeah, that's what I like running. See? Always. Of course, I considered running one Gateway Dragon. Why? Because when my opponent controls a Link monster, I can special summon it from my hand. And once a third, I can special summon a level 4 lower Dark Dragon type monster from my hand. I mean, it can be any kind, like any Rocket, like Hibernation Dragon. Because when I summoned it, I can target a level 4 lower Dragon type monster in the graveyard. I can add it to the hand, like Rocket Recharge or whatever it is. And besides, when I have no Link monsters except it was sent to the graveyard, I can bash it from my graveyard and target one Dark Attribute Dragon type Link monster in my graveyard. And I can special summon it, whatever it is, yeah. of any choice. See? Also like running one not division dragon, because when my opponent activates a card or effect that targets any face down cards, I get quick effect, I can bash it, and I can negate the effect. And my opponent cannot target face down cards with card effect. That face down card with card effects for the rest of the turn. Of course, when a dark dragon type monster is special summoned to my field, I can special summon it from my hand. And if it's sent to the graveyard as link material, I can draw a card. I mean, the one outburst dragon would come in handy, you know. Because if I control a monster, I can special summon it from my hand and I can destroy as many monsters as I control. Yeah, like any rockets. I mean, if I brought out new rockets, who knew what I'd do during my opponent's main phase? I can immediately, after the effect resolves, leg summon. See? Easy. I also like running one copy of Double Disruptor Dragon. The reason why I like running this, I can tribute it and target 2 rocket monsters and I can special summon it. Yeah. Them in defense position. Then I can bash it in my graveyard so I can add Rapid Trigger, Heavy Interlock, or a Heavy Interlock from my deck or graveyard to the hand. That's why I like Double Disruptor Dragon. I also like running Checksum Dragon, maybe. Could be a good card, you know. If I were to take damage, I can special summon it. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, I would special summon it, but I gain life points equal to half its defense point. But this attack position card can't be destroyed by battle. See? I also like running one Red Dice Darkness Metal Dragon, because once a turn I can special summon a dragon type monster from my hand or graveyard. See? And also the ritual monster, Borreload Riot. Because I can ritual summon with Heavy Interlock or, who knows, Double Trigger? I mean, when my opponent special summons a monster, I can negate the special summon. I can negate that special summon, and I can destroy it. And then I can destroy any, I can destroy this card or a rocket monster I control. Either way. That's all for the monsters. I would have used Secret, but it's a light attribute. Well, let's go with the spells. For spells, I want double copies of the field spell, Boot Sector Launch. Boot Sector Launch comes in handy, you know. See? Because all rocket monsters on the field get 300 attack and defense. You see what? I guess be one of those effects, like special summoning 2 rockets up to 2 rockets with different names in my hand in defense position. And if my opponent has more monsters than I do, I can special summon rocket monsters with different names in my graveyard defense position equal to the difference. Yeah, if my opponent has more monsters than I do. Also, I like running double copies of Quick Launch. Why? Because of the way it works. You can special summon a rocket monster from my deck, but it can't attack it, it's destroyed during the end phase. See? I like running a new spell card, which is one copy of Double Interlock. Because I can activate one of those effects. Like fusion summoning a fusion monster from my extra deck by bashing its materials from my graveyard, including a rocket monster. Or I can ritual summon one ritual monster from my hand by banishing the monsters from my graveyard whose total levels equal or exceed its level, including a rocket monster. Like if you were to bring out Borreload Riot Dragon. That's what I thought of. And I think it's, yeah, different from the riskiest card I like running will be Rapid Trigger. The quick play spell Rapid Trigger, where then I can fusion summon one fusion monster from my extra deck by destroying the fusion materials listed on it from my field. But it can only attack monsters special summoned from the extra deck. Also, it's unaffected by the activated effects from any other monsters special summoned from the extra deck. I don't know if it's risky, but who knows. I like running one Heavy Interlock. Why? Because it's used to ritual summon Borreload Riot Dragon. Why? Because I must tribute monsters from my hand or field, and /or destroy rocket monsters from my hand or face them on the field whose total levels equal to 8 or more. But the monster special summon by this effect cannot be destroyed by battle with the monster special summon from the extra deck, and unaffected by the activated effect of any monster special summon from the extra deck. That's what I thought of, you know. I mean, even if I dare to run these, who knows? Even the polymerization, whichever comes first, maybe. I also like running one Borreload Regenerator. Why? Because I can target a rocket monster in my graveyard, I can special summon it. And I would try to combo off with the Just Borreload, Borreload Sword, or maybe Booster Dragon, whatever it is, or Breach Borreload, but I don't have Breach Borreload yet, though. But when, if it's sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster is destroyed, I can draw a card. See? Also, like running one continuous spell, Borreload Supplier. I mean, seriously, with Borreload Supplier, during each standby phase, if I have a Borreload Link monster, I can special summon one of my Rockets to my graveyard, and I would have to carry it off with using Borreload Sword, Borreload, Borreload Guard, maybe, or Borreload Lens, or maybe Borreload Shroud. It's effects, yeah. Or just Borreload Dragon, nah. That won't do. I like running one Bandit Punisher. I mean, I apply the effects depending on the type of Borreload monsters I control in my graveyard. And since I have a monster with 3,000 or more attack, my opponent can activate cards or effects in response. Yep, but too bad Borreload Savage Dragon is still forbidden. Because if it's fusion, I can banish one monster my opponent controls. If it's synchro, I can banish 3 random cards in my opponent's extra deck face up. And XZs, I can banish a Spud Spell or Trap card my opponent controls. And if it's Link, I can banish up to 3 cards in my opponent's graveyard. That would possibly do, you know. And I really miss Savage Dragon, you know. It shouldn't have to be forbidden. Also, I like running one copy of Link Burst. I mean, what do I do with it? I can target one Link monster I control and a monster my opponent controls, and I can destroy them, and I draw a card. Of course, if I were to use Rocket Recharge's effect when a Dark Attribute Dragon-type monster is destroyed. Link monster is destroyed, yeah. I will bring back one of my other monsters. And I like running one draw engine, one squid draw. Why? Because I can target a rocket monster I control and I can destroy it and draw 2 cards. And the Allure of Darkness. I mean, I can draw 2 cards and banish a Dark Attribute. I mean, it's kind of risky, you know, but if I'll have any, I can send any of them to the graveyard. I think for the other spells I consider running will be more Legacy Guard Dragon if I want to move any Link monsters, yeah. Burial from different dimensions, Twin Twisters, and the Monster Reborn. That will come in handy, maybe. Oh well. That's all for the spells. Trap cards I like running is a brand new counter trap, Borreload Reboot. Because when my opponent activates a spell or trap card while I control Rocket or Borreload monster, I can negate it. And if I do, I can reset it face down on the opponent's field, but it cannot be activated this turn. But I can activate from my hand by paying half the life points. I mean, not that simple, but good, yeah. Good. Also, I like running one Mirror Force launcher and a Mirror Force. I mean, looks good, you know, because if its set card were destroyed, I can reset it and Mirror Force, and they both can be activated this turn. And I think Mirror Force launcher's effect, I can discard a monster and I can add a Mirror Force from my I can add a Mirror Force from my deck or graveyard to the hand. I mean, yeah, if the set card is destroyed by my opponent's card effect, yeah, I can reset it and the Mirror Force from my hand, deck, or graveyard. They both can be activated this turn. See? And yes, that's right. Also, I run Magical Cylinders and Magic Cylinder. I mean, with Magical Cylinders, I can set a Magic Cylinder directly from my deck or graveyard, but if it's set from a deck, I can activate this turn. But if I activate Magic Cylinder, I can banish it from my graveyard, and I can double that damage inflicted, you know, because due to Magic Cylinder, my opponent's monster declares an attack, I can target the effect, I can target that attacking monster, and I can negate the attack, and my opponent takes damage equal to the attack points. But if I banish Magical Cylinders from my graveyard, I can double it. Easy, right? Also, I like running one copy of Link Turret. I mean, what it does is what it does. Because when it's activated, I place 4 counters on it. But each time I take battle damage, I can place a counter on it. But during main phase 2, I can remove 1 counter and bring back any rocket to my graveyard. But its effects are negated and it banished when it leaves the field. Also, 1 tactical exchanger. Why? Because I can target 1 face-up monster I control and destroy it, and I can special summon a rocket monster with a different original name to my deck or graveyard. Then I'll use Recharger's effect to bring back the Link monster. Also, Borreload Cooling would do. Why? Because I can tribute a Rokket monster, then target a Borreload monster I control, and I can equip it with this card, and it gains the effect. And I can target one monster I control, so it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect once per turn. Quick effect, yeah. I like running one execute protocols, because why? I can banish a dark attribute link monster from my graveyard and target a Borreload monster I control. During each battle phase, to the end of a turn, it gains the attack points equal to the attack points of the monster banished. Yeah. I like running Detonation Code. Why? Because if I have a topologic link monster, I can target a dark attribute non-link, dragon, machine, or cyberse type monster in my graveyard. I can special summon it. Yeah, if I were to bring out topologic Zero Boros or Blaster Dragon, whatever it is. Oh well. Also, the other trap cards I consider running will be Dragon's Rage to deal piercing damage whenever my dragon type monster attacks a defense position monster, and the Jar of Avarice. That would be it. It's all for the monsters. Now we head to the extra deck. The extra deck consists of two fusion monsters, Borreload Fatal Flare and Borreload Furious. Why do you think Borreload Fatal Flare will be good? Because it requires a dark attribute link monster and a dark attribute monster. I mean, seriously, when fusion summon, I can add a Rokket monster from my deck to the hand. Then I can target one dark attribute monster I control, and I can equip it with a dark attribute link monster from my graveyard or banishment as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack points. But if it was sent to the graveyard as link material, I can target a card in the field and I can destroy it. I mean, Borreload Furious Dragon does have a good quick effect, you know? Because why? I can target one monster I control and a card my opponent controls, and I can destroy them. But I can banish it in my graveyard, and I can target a dark attribute link monster in my graveyard and special summon it, but it cannot activate its effects this turn. See? That's why I like these two Borreload fusion monsters. And I think I'm gonna run the Beelze, because Beelze looks good enough for me. And the X-Charge Dragon could be a risky Xyz monster to run. Why? Because neither player can target that Xyz summon card with monster effects except its own. And I use an overlay unit from this card that target a face-up monster on the field, and it loses 600 attack points. Then I can special summon a Borreload monster from my deck to the grave. I can special summon a Borreload monster from my graveyard, but I have to banish it during the end phase. Also, I cannot special summon monsters or attack directly this turn due to X-Charge. Not the card I like to run. That's all for the monsters. Let's go to link monsters. I like running Booster Dragon. Why do I run Booster Dragon? Because once a turn I can target one face-up monster on the field and it gains 500 attack and defense. But my opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. I mean, seriously. I target a Rokket, and then I can activate that Rokket monster's effect if it's targeted by a link monster's effect. See? Easy. But if its link summoned card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, I can target another dragon type monster in my graveyard and special summon it. I mean, I will come off with Rokket Recharge in my hand, maybe. That would probably do it. I mean, Rokket Recharge up, you can bring back a dark attribute dragon type monster from your graveyard due to its effect. If a dark attribute monster is special summoned from the X dragon is destroyed. I like running Borreload. Borreload may look okay. I like running Borreload Land, Borreload Dragon, the Ace, Borreload Shroud, and Borreload Sword. I mean, they can be good for targeting link monsters, Rokket monsters effect to activate. These four here, but not Borreload. But Borreload, I can banish it, and I can special summon a topologic monster from my external graveyard and banish the monster with BS and more attack. Yeah. And also I like running one Dangerous Dragon, because once a turn during my opponent's end phase, I can target one attack position monster my opponent controls. I cannot declare an attack this turn, and I can destroy it, and then my opponent takes damage equal to that monster's original attack points. But if a Rokket monster is special summoned while a Dangerous Dragon is in the graveyard, I can special summon it, but it's banished when it leaves the field. I like running one Striker Dragon. Why? Because when Link summoned, I get a boot set to launch from my deck to the hand. I can target one face-up monster I control and a Rokket monster in my graveyard. And I would destroy that monster on the field, and I can add the other monsters from my graveyard to the hand. And I can trigger any Rokket monster's effect, you know? Like Magna Rokket, Metal Rokket, Silver Rokket, Exploder Rokket, Auto Rokket, an S Rokket, Shell Rokket, even Hollow Rokket. Yeah. I also like running the topologic monsters, like Topologic Blaster Dragon. Why? Because I cannot summon or send any monsters to any extra monster zone it points to. But if another monster were to be special summoned to a zonal link monster it points to, while it's in the extra monster zone, I can apply one of these effects, but I can't apply the same effect again in the same turn. Again this turn. Like I can shuffle all my other monsters on the field into the deck, shuffle all spell and trap cards on the field to the deck, and I can look at my opponent's extra deck and banish a card from it. I mean, that would be possible if I use it could be possible enough if I were to use Detonation Code's effect. Or I can, not sure yet. I also like running Zero Borreload. Because of Zero Borreload, my opponent cannot summon I cannot summon or send any monsters or any extra monsters on this card points to, you know? Why? Because it gains 200 attack points for each banished card. And if another monster is special summoned to a zone or link monster points to while that monster's on the field, I can banish all cards on the field. I mean, once per turn during the standby phase of my next turn after this card was banished by its own effect, I can special summon it. I mean, I don't need to run Trisbana anymore. Oh well. And last but not least, I run one Borreload. Because why? When Link's summoned, I can add a rapid trigger, heavy interlock, or a double interlock from my deck to the hand. And I think it's good, you know, because you can target a face-up card. I can target one face-up card I can show on a Dark Dragon type monster in my graveyard, and I can destroy that card on the field, and I can add the other monster from my graveyard to the hand, but I will possibly trigger off the Rocket's effects, you know, and I can destroy it and use these effects, yeah. Now we go to the side deck. Side deck, I consider running like Geki. Geki could look good, or Remote Rebirth. That would be good if I were to use any Topologic Monsters effects. Either way. Even Borreload Dragon. I mean, Borreload Dragon may look fine because it can't be destroyed by card effects. I mean, Borreload Sword can't be destroyed by battle. Even Mind Crush. Mind Crush, the card bears used in the anime. Even Trisbana. Triple Burst. Quad Borreload. Another Squib Draw, I will do that. Even Terraforming. Maybe that would possibly work. Oh well. Well. Well, that's all for the deck. Thank you for tuning in, and this is Mosonic Daybreaker, signing off. Boy, if I could possibly find me some elevators to film, I will find some nicer people.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking here. If you want to watch more videos, click either one of them.